Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. As you can hear, the rain falling in behind me is a really nice sound here in person. I hope it comes across the same way in the video. I haven't made any DIYs in a long time. It was the summer months and now we're officially into September and the kids are back to school. Things back to routine, I guess. That's the nice thing. But I wanted to start off the month of September on a stricter budget in the sense of how I'm spending my money, especially at Dollar Tree, because you guys know that that's probably one of my favorite spots to shop at, that we don't always need the things that we bring home. So the month of September is going to be a bit of a challenge for me. If some of you are interested, maybe I can carry over like a little challenge on the channel. Please let me know. I have been using Skillshare to kind of keep me on track with budgeting. They have some really wonderful programs on their website that do help you create budgets and understand them and follow them. So if you haven't heard of Skillshare, I have shared their website through my channel a few times. They're a wonderful supporter of this community. They have over 25,000 classes on their site, and it ranges from design, business, creativity, even arts and crafts and stuff, which I've talked to you guys numerous amount of times. They have hand lettering if you're interested, watercoloring. I've done a decluttering class with them. Now I'm kind of starting on the budgeting side, and I think it's just because September rolls around and it feels like a new year. January I know is the new year, but September feels like a new year, especially when you have children in school, I think. But I did create some fun DIYs that incorporate a lot of the colors in my home, which are that deep blue and white and very neutral colors, but a little bit different than the typical orange and browns that you find for fall. Do whatever color you would love. Please don't have to stick to the colors I'm showing you here. Remember, you can manipulate them to greens, to teal colors, pinks, whatever suits your style. This is the color that goes with my home, so that's what I was sharing with you guys. I do want to say thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. They have provided, if you follow the link in the description down below, 2 free months. Visit the link. You can try Skillshare and you can try some of their classes and let me know what you think. They are a wonderful program and they're very affordable, no more than $10 a month as well in future if you decide to sign up with them. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy my DIYs. I look forward to sharing more with you now that we're rolling into fall, and until next time everyone, have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching.
For this first DIY, I'm using the little wooden ABC blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to top coat them with a white acrylic paint as well from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to cover the entire block all around. I'm going to allow it to dry, do a second coat, and then move on to the next step once the blocks are completely dried. I've chosen to use the Distress Blue color from the Ranger collection, and the little letter stamps are from the Dollar Tree. The Distress pad is not, however you can find other colors at Dollar Tree made by Forever and Time. I'm going to use this blue because I think it's going to tie the theme of the colors that I've chosen for this DIY together. You definitely can use black or any other color that speaks to you. And I'm writing the word out, the word autumn out. You can use fall, you can use harvest, you can use pumpkins, whatever suits your decor together is what I suggest you write. So for this one I've used autumn, and I love how it ties in all the blue and whites that I'm using in my DIY together. So now to create the bead tassel, the little wood bead and tassel, I'm going to create my own color of blue, and I'm using the navy and black just to match the plate decor that I bought at the Dollar Tree, along with the little round beads. They're wooden beads from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to put one bead on the tip of a paintbrush. A couple of them I'm going to paint solid blue, a couple of them I'm going to put little stripped lines, and then another one I'm just going to dot them just so that there's a little bit of change on the bead. I just thought it would tie the blues in really nicely together. While the beads are drying, I'm going to work on the tassels. So you're going to take about 5 or 6 inches in length, and you're just going to wind up your twine from the Dollar Tree just like this. You can make your tassel as thick or as thin as you'd like, so the more you wind up, the more strings you have at the end of your tassel. So if you wind it up about 12 times or so, that's going to give you plenty, or maybe even like 9 times. It'll give you lots of strings on the bottom. Now you're going to gather all the top, make sure that that's where all the loops are happening. You're going to tie off the top there and tighten it up with a piece of twine that's about, I'd say, 12 inches in length. At this point, you're going to cut off the excess piece there that's hanging to the side, and then you're just going to wind up the twine, kind of just to create that completed look. You're going to want to make 2 of these tassels, and then making sure that they both measure the same in length along the bottom of your tassel. You can make that shorter or longer depending on the aesthetic that you like and that suits your style. You can set your tassels to the side, and then at this point you're going to string your beads. I took a little dab of hot glue at one point actually to prevent this, you know how twine kind of comes apart. So just taking a little bit of hot glue here, letting it dry for a little bit, and then kind of poking it around your hand, you now have a nice tip. Or you can wrap a little piece of tape around the tip if you'd like, if you don't want to use the hot glue. But I found that this was the easiest, and now it allowed me to feed the beads super quickly right through the twine. Now I did a combination of plain beads, wooden beads, just completely natural, and then I mixed in my solid colors, my dotted ones and my striped ones, just to give it a little bit of a change here. And then I'm going to share with you how you attach the tassels to the string of beads. So you're going to leave about 6 inches on the ends, and then you're going to feed that string where your beads are attached to, and feed them right through that opening of your tassel. You're going to tie a knot at the very top, and you can do 2 knots, and this will secure the beads and the tassel together here. For the second end part of the tassel, you're going to have to bring the beads nice and close, because you won't have the room obviously then to push your beads back down to the other side. So on the one end you can kind of play around with the extra space, push down your beads, and then I'll show you exactly what I mean here. So this one you're going to have to tie it really nice and close, otherwise you're going to have your beads dangling all over the place. So nice and tight here, and bring it up super close. Don't leave any space really, otherwise your beads are going to move back and forth along your string. Tie it again twice and you're done. That's it. That's how you make a very simple tasseled farmhouse bead chain. I'm not sure what to call this, but it's super cute. I love it as decor, sitting on either like a farmhouse tray or a tray, layered tray, tier tray. On top of my blocks, that's where I've set them right now, and I think it looks super cute as decor. I can't wait to share with you some of my other DIYs in this video, so let's continue. this DIY could not be any easier. It's just taking 2 of the jars from the Dollar Tree and these little candle votives. So you want to remove the stickers from the base of them. You can use Glue Gun, you can use olive oil, orange essential oil will remove that residue. I'm using E6000 as my glue because this stuff bonds over 24 hours and will not come undone, and I definitely don't want this coming apart because it is 2 pieces of glass. So you want to center that little glass votive on the base of the jar, or the vase I should say, and then after 24 hours you can flip them over, place your favorite colored candle inside them. I've used some really dark navy blues from Pier 1, however there's some gorgeous white candles from Dollar Tree that would do the trick for this, and you have a bit of a glam farmhouse look with this. Now for the next one, these are pumpkins from the Dollar Tree that I was trying to avoid this color, and I thought, you know what, I love how heavy they are, I love their style, I like the texture, so what I'm going to do is mix that color of blue again that I really like, this nice deep blue, and just paint the entire part of the pumpkin. I'm leaving the tip brown. I'm going to remove this metal piece, but I'm going to actually save it for future projects. You never know when you need a little decal, and those things are quite expensive if you go to Michael's, so hang on to it. That's my suggestion. And then for the second one, you know what, I started sanding it, and I thought I was going to keep one kind of like a clay color because I discovered that this was the base color of the pumpkin, but I thought, you know what, it's too much work, it's making a great big mess, and so I just took my blue paint, acrylic paint again, and just base coated it. So you can go back and do little touch-ups like I've done here in case some of the brown peeks through, but I think you should be good with one nice even coat. Now I wanted to add a little texture to the stems, so I took a little bit of white acrylic paint and I applied it to a piece of what are these little things called makeup wipes, and then just kind of dabbed some white on there. Now for this pumpkin, I love this pumpkin. Again, I'm going to remove the decal because I don't need it. I want to keep it simple. So here I have combined my little navy pumpkins mixed with my autumn sign, my little farmhouse bead chain, and a little simple white pumpkin. I want to just share with you how I made this. I am super excited how this turned out. So this little activity pad or paper pad is from the Dollar Tree. You can find it typically in the kids section. They have some polka dot paper, and they have this one here with the faux woods. I love the white, as you'll see, but I'm actually going to use this kind of brown. I think it just suits the decor a little bit better. And I'm taking 3 pieces of paper and a paddle cutting board from the Dollar Tree. Now the board is plastic, so we're going to use Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to coat the top part here. I'm going to start with 1 piece of paper lined up along the top of the paddle board. And then I'm going to apply a second piece along the bottom. You can press it down, leaving the little indents. It does make it look a little more like a piece of wood, making sure it's all nice and secure with Mod Podge on the bottom. Taking the second piece of paper, you can definitely go to Michael's and find some scrap paper as well, like this scrapbook paper. However, we can't go wrong when you find it at Dollar Tree for a lot less, right? So here I have done a previous DIY on the channel last year. I did something for my coffee bar with this paper, and it turned out super cute as well. I'll link a description down below for you guys. So there's the paper. Make sure you line up the lines so that it looks all nice and even. And I always like to use a piece of plastic wrap when I'm blending out Mod Podge. I just find it removes the wrinkles so much easier. And now I want to make sure that I flip I'm going to do the top of the paddle board, and I'm not going to use a cutout at this point. I'm just going to cover it and make it look like it's one solid piece of wood. However, if you want to poke the hole, by all means you can. So to wrap it and make it finished all around, I just put a nice even coat of Mod Podge around the border, and then I'm slowly flipping the paper to the back. You can do the full back if you'd like, but it's going to be leaning up against a wall, so I don't need it to be, like, it's not going to be exposed, so I have no problems. And just work your way with the Mod Podge be patient. It does become quite pliable once the paper is a little bit wet with that Mod Podge. For the indents here, I cut out a piece, and then once you wet again the paper, it's very easy to manipulate. Now, as you can see here, I tear the paper because I was working with it a little bit too fast, not slow enough. I will share with you how I mended this little mistake. So for the top as well, you want to just cut around so that you're not working with a giant piece of paper. So just kind of work your way around with what you need. Put some Mod Podge again, a nice amount, so that the paper does get a bit wet. It becomes much easier to work with when the paper is wet. You can also use a spray bottle, take some water and just spray it if you'd like, but I found because it's such a small space that the Mod Podge did the trick. So to make it look like there's a couple little accents in more dimension to fix the little mistakes that I made here, I took some brown and black acrylic paint, and now I'm going to cover up some of the white area. Now I thought, you know what, this does give it quite a bit of dimension, so I dabbed some off with my fingers. You can use a little cotton cloth, of course, and then I went around and added a little couple accents. It just made the board look a little more finished. Then I was like, well, you know what, the brown looks really nice and I like the way it looks. Let me add a little bit of white acrylic paint. So I just added some to my fingers and I played around with the white, just giving it a bit of a white wash distressed effect on it. You can skip this step, of course, but I just thought it was fun and it looked really cute. Then I actually took these little clear stickers from the Dollar Tree. They're wall decals, I believe they're called, and you can choose whatever word you'd like. I thought thankful was the perfect one to go with the theme, and I just put it right across, pressed it down with a piece of plastic just to make sure all the bubbles are out. And then I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make it look a little more distressed. So I took a little bit of more acrylic white paint on my little makeup paper cloth that I had there that I was working with the pumpkins before, and I just blended out some white onto the board. I just thought it made it look a little more, I don't know, finished and artsy. And then I was like, you know what, I think the cutting board needs a little something else. So I took the metal decal that came off of one of the pumpkins and just wrapped it around the top here of my board. And doesn't this look super cute? And you cannot tell from it, like, at all, close up or from a distance, that it's not real wood. I cannot believe how amazing this turned out. For, I mean, $1.50, you have the cutest little cutting board, Farmhouse decor. You can put it on a fireplace mantle in the kitchen. Super cute. So for this DIY, I've taken one of the clear glass plates from the Dollar Tree along with one of their little wax melts, kind of taken some of these little wood pieces as well, or wood slices I should say, and I was going to cover the entire glass plate like this to make it look like it had all those little wood pieces exposed, but I didn't know how I was going to glue it and make it look all very unified. So what I did was I flipped my little melt upside down and I attached the wood slices along the bottom of the wax melt little ceramic, and I took a little dab of hot glue on both sides here just so that you wouldn't have a big mess. And this is what it looks like. And then I thought, you know what, it looks super cute if I filled the base here with some wood slices. So I've just tossed in a bunch of them from the Dollar Tree, and then you can set it up however you'd like. Of course, you can use this for food because it's safe. It's just a glass plate, or you can decorate it like I've done here, where I put my little glass beads. And look how cute the bottom is. Isn't that adorable with the little wood slices exposed, and it's just upside down and no one would ever know. And then my autumn sun, the beads, and that wraps up all of the sweet little DIYs for fall in this white and blue themed decor setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I do look forward to sharing more with you guys very soon. And until next time, everyone, thank you so very much for watching. Bye for now.